Hey, what's up everybody? It's Amaya. So today we are going to be doing just a very casual type of chit chat, get ready with me video because I'm exhausted. I need to film. Like, I haven't had time to film and I need to. And I don't have earrings in. What the heck is this? Okay, now I have earrings in, so one less problem there. But yeah, I'm exhausted and it's Monday and I have to work today. I never work Mondays. I always work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I'm working Monday and I'm like, so yeah, we're just gonna do that and just kind of talk about some stuff. I have a lot of things to say. As usual, if you know me, my personal life, I never shut up. It's gonna be a very casual type of look that I'm doing. Nothing too crazy, nothing too creative, pretty much very standard look. But yeah, before we get into it, please be sure to check out my Instagram and Twitter. They are right over here. All my other social medias will be in the description box below, so check them out if you wanna. If not, no pressure whatsoever. Check them out, and yeah. Let's hop right in. So first of all, we're not going to talk about this. This one is sitting in my car and I don't feel like gluing it back on because I don't feel like going out to my car. So yeah, we're just going to deal with this. These are totally acrylics from Walmart. It's just how I roll. Also, I'm not really going to be specifying my products. I'm going to try the best that I can, but like, don't expect anything too specific out of here. I will try to put everything in a blog post like I always do. But yeah, we're just going to start out with the No Problem Prime Essence, which I got in my Boxy Luxe, and I can't decide if I like this or not, or if it does anything or not. So I've just been kind of trying to use it the past couple of days, see how it goes. So why am I doing this video? I'm doing this video because I got a lot of issues. I kind of want to talk about them. The first thing is, what is going on in the world right now? Because I feel like it's this way a lot. But I feel like especially there's been something going on lately where everybody's in crisis. There are crises happening literally everywhere. YouTube, non-YouTube, people's personal life, political, like everything is like in an upheaval right now, and I don't know what that is. I feel like summer is usually the time when I feel like we're supposed to like calm down and chill out, and that's definitely not what's happening. At all. And like just with like the whole like Jaclyn Hill lipstick thing, which by the way, I have a bunch of her lipsticks, and I'll be speaking on that matter in this video at some point, so keep watching. I'm not going to tell you when, because you just skip to that part of the video and then not watch the rest of the video. I got you. That's exactly what I would do. And then, like, just my personal life, there's been a lot of things going on where people are just having a lot of issues right now. And it's a lot of things that I feel like people are creating for themselves. Like, you're creating these own problems for you. Like, you wouldn't have this problem, but you're kind of creating it. And I'm someone who I consider myself an empath, and if you guys don't know what an empath is, basically it's someone who is really drawn to the like emotions and feelings of others, kind of like where the word comes from, empathetic. When you're empathetic, you tend to like feel other people's feelings and emotions more deeply than, say someone who wasn't an empath. And I kind of fall into that category. I never thought I did until it was pointed out to me through several people. I always thought I was like, yeah, I don't really care about people much, until literally I realized that is quite the opposite. My mom is also an empath. She's actually not psychic. She's not psychic, but she can literally read kind of people's minds. It's a little weird. She's just really good at picking up on energies like that. She can literally look at somebody and be like, you're thinking about this, this, and this. And they're like, what? It's happened multiple times before. She does it to me all the time. Like, I can walk in and literally be like, hey, and she'll be like, what's wrong? You okay? What happened? It's annoying because I can't get away with anything. But it's just how she is. I'm going to be using Soft Glam, by the way, and maybe also Lime Crime Venus, but Soft Glam for right now. I've inherited that trait to an extent. I can definitely feel people's energies and stuff like that, and whether you believe in it or not, everyone does put out an energy or a vibe or juju or like whatever you want to call it. People do put out different stuff like that, and you can tell, like, that's how we sense when someone's upset, even if they haven't said anything, or if someone's, really excited, or like, you can sense people's emotions really, and that's their energy. If you're like an empath or someone who's very sensitive to energies, what happens is that when, say, someone's in a bad mood around you, even if you don't talk to that person, or you don't like associate with that person or anything like that, you can actually like feel their energy, and it'll affect you and then change your energy. And this happens, I feel like, to a certain extent. If you're around someone in a bad mood for a long enough time, you kind of start to become in a bad mood. It's that whole like misery loves company type of thing. I don't want to use this brush, but it's that whole sort of like you know, you are the company you keep, that type of thing. But it's actually physically like draining for me. If I'm around people who are having a lot of issues or they're just in a bad mood, a lot of negative energy, it actually will drain me physically, emotionally, mentally. And that's really difficult because you can't escape negative people. They're everywhere. And sometimes people don't mean to be negative. That's just how they are. Or people have bad days. You know, there's always going to be people that you're around who have that sort of negative energy. It's just that people who are empaths or who have that sort of sensitive energy pick up on them faster. I almost am like drawn to those people, and those people are drawn to me because I'm someone who will talk and listen and really cares about people and wants to listen to what they have to say and help them out and do everything like that. And that is actually very draining for me because I can feel their energy when they're not okay. Okay, I'm moving on to Venus from Lime Crime. Some of Rebirth and mix with a little bit of Divine. So for example, like the past couple of weeks, I've been helping out a friend of mine who is going through a really tough time with some really crappy people and also, you know, a breakup and all that sorts of good stuff. And I've been basically with them every single day at some point during the day, usually until like really late at night. And I have not had much time for myself, which is fine because I enjoy hanging out with this person and doing things with this person. But it gets to the point where all of a sudden one day you like look at yourself and you're like, oh my God, I feel like, you know, that type of thing. I'm gonna mix creation and muse together. Then it becomes hard for me to kind of live my life to the fullest and be happy and successful and all that sorts of stuff because I'm constantly, you know, helping other people with their issues and worrying about them. And then when I'm around them a lot, my energy picks that up and I become very drained. It's just kind of like this like vicious cycle. And so I have to be really careful about giving myself time to come back from that and like rejuvenate myself, because the thing is, you cannot help other people if you are not, you know, full yourself. You can't like give if you don't have anything to give. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going in a little bit of Cypress Umber from Soft Glam. So yeah, that's been going on. And also the jobs that I work in are both very service-oriented jobs where you're around a lot of people. And one of my jobs is especially draining, not only physically, but also mentally and emotionally, because I'm around people all day that I don't necessarily want to be around, and who also have very draining energies. Okay, so I recently picked up the Too Faced Tutti Frutti Twinkle Twinkle Liquid Glitter Eyeshadow because it was on sale at Ulta. This is in the shade Sweet Spot. It's just a really pretty like champagne gold color. So I don't know if any of you guys feel the same way. I'm sure there's a lot of you out there who feel kind of similar, like being around negative people is extremely draining for you. Even if you're not like friends with them or talking with them, like just literally even being in like the house with negative people, like if my family's feeling negative or we have people over who are also, you know, even just have very strong energies, it's very tiring. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who you guys feel the same way, and maybe you don't know about this, but you don't know about why this is happening. You just think that you're tired a lot or whatever, but it can literally be that people and their energies are just too much for you. And the best way to kind of combat that is to give yourself time for you, even if it's just a little bit of time, and to really prioritize who you're hanging out with and who you're allowing to drain your energy. Like for example, that's really pretty. Oh, I like that. Okay, I'm gonna put on a little bit more. Anyways, like for example, if this is like a, you know, like my one friend is a very close friend, someone who I love very dearly, and someone who I have no issue letting them kind of drain my energy for the time being, that's fine. I'm going to keep doing that. But if it's somebody maybe who doesn't mean as much to you in your life and is kind of like a superficial type of friend, or someone who's maybe not caring about you back, maybe you should reevaluate how much you're letting them, you know, be in your space and be in your energy. You're important too, and how you feel is extremely important too. Especially if you're someone who likes to help other people, you need to make sure that you're okay too. That's stunning. Okay, I'm in love with this liquid eyeshadow. Okay, this made my day so much better. So that's kind of just what I've been doing right now, is like reevaluating like who exactly I want to be allowing to use my energy, because it's precious. This is your energy, this is your time, this is your life, and it's very like, you need to be careful about that stuff. If anything of this sounded familiar to you, this is probably something that's going on with you too. Just make sure that you're also taking care of your well-being and that you have people who you can surround yourself with to help you, positive people, people who are going to understand you and help you and love you and everything like that. And that's kind of just what I've been doing lately. Okay, I'm going to go in with foundation. I'm going to be mixing the Flower Light Illusion foundation with a little bit of the Photo Focus foundation in bronze beige. Okay, also another thing I want to speak on is, why are people being such jackholes right now? It's the word my mom used yesterday, jackholes. Why are people being such jackholes? I feel like social media in people's lives, I've just been hearing from so many people that their friends are just being complete jerks, and girlfriends and boyfriends, and oh my god, it's insane. And that's really difficult because that's extremely draining to anybody, regardless of how you pick up on energies or not. And I've been experiencing it in my personal life with people who are very, very close to me all of a sudden changing and becoming completely different people, and not for the better. And that's what makes me really sad, is when people change. I understand that people change and people should change. Everybody should change. I've had a couple people in my life recently who have completely done like a 180 change and not good at all. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I mean, the main person that I have in mind right now is someone who's extremely close to me and a very good friend who I've been friends with for basically my entire life, and has always been very, you know, close with me. And basically for the past year now, has started to kind of become a completely and totally different person. And it's sad. They were amazing how they were. They were always someone that I could count on to, you know, be there when I needed help, when I needed to have fun. I always helped them out, and they usually helped me for the most part. Not always giving as much back, but they usually gave some back. And I don't think relationships or friendships need to be like even as far as the give and take, because you'll never be happy. There's always going to be one person who takes more than they give, and vice versa. And that's okay as long as you're satisfied with the relationship. And that's kind of how I felt for a long time. I was satisfied with it. I was like, that's fine. I love this friendship, and it's a really great friendship, and it's someone that I can always count on to be there for me. And now they're not. This person was someone who I always knew was not super serious. They didn't take things super seriously. They were never someone that I would necessarily have like super long, deep talks with. They were always someone that I would have fun with, and who I could have conversations about deep stuff if I so chose. But now they've completely changed. They've become somebody who never ever talks to me or asks me to do anything, and I've asked them to do things, and they have said yeah, sure, and then come, and then honestly not really had that much fun, or just were really different, and never invite me to do anything. We'll literally get groups of people together to go do something, all groups of people who I am mutual friends with, and then invite everybody but me. And that's when it becomes like an issue. Like, you can invite whoever you want to do anything, right? But if you're inviting people who you're not even really friends with, and then I'm supposed to be like your really close friend, and then you don't invite me, and it's something that like we talked about doing together, and then you just go and do it without me, that's where you're like, In the end, it hurts. It really does hurt. Sometimes I try to like brush it off and be like, oh, okay, like make up excuses for the person. Like, oh, well, maybe they just forgot, or like maybe they didn't know. But it's when you start seeing a pattern and things start happening over and over again is when it becomes an issue. I'm not saying that I have to be included in everything. Of course not. I don't include you in everything. You don't have to include me in everything. But it's when it's like every single time you hang out with a group of people, and again, they're all like mutual friends, it's a little suspicious. I don't want to give energy to people who aren't going to give energy back. Does that make sense? I don't want to give so much more than I'm taking. You know, obviously there's going to be times when you're giving more than you're taking, but when you're literally not getting anything back in return, like not even the bare minimum, is when it becomes like, well, why are you putting energy into this person? There are so many other people in this world who would love to have that energy. And not only would they love you to give them that energy, but they would love to give it back. It's one of those things where that person has to kind of realize it on their own, and you know, maybe I'll be there to catch them when they fall, and that's just what I gotta do, but I gotta step away. And it's really hard because, like I said, this was someone who was basically my lifelong best friend. There are so many people in the world, right? Okay? There are people all over the place. You will find people out there who value you and love you and want to spend time with you and who think you're amazing and wonderful, and you just have to remember that. And it's hard. Being alone is very hard, but I always have a saying, and it's, you know, you're never by yourself, you're with yourself. You know, you're a person too. You know, you're pretty freaking awesome. And you know yourself better than anybody else. So, you know, cliche as it is, do be your own best friend, you know? That there is truth to that saying. The more people you have in your circle, the more drama, the more issues, the more fights, the more problems in general. And so keeping your circle small and big are very relative terms. You know, one person's small is another person's huge and all that sorts of good stuff. I'm also using the butter bronzer, by the way. I finally broke down and bought another one. This one's in the shade bronzer. I didn't want to try out any of the new shades because like this one is just perfection. Nothing works the same, you guys. Nothing is as good as this. All right, I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of Oprah Rodeo Drive. I fixed mine because it broke. It shattered into a bunch of little pieces and I pressed it down. But I'm almost out of it. I'm just trying to use up like literally every little last bit because it's my favorite highlighter in the entire world. Okay, on a happier note, I'm going to North Carolina. This is July 1st as I'm filming this, but I'm going to North Carolina on July, when are we leaving? July 3rd. We're leaving July 3rd and going down there for the 4th of July, staying Wednesday to Saturday, and I'm super excited. I'm just really excited to be able to get away from kind of everything that's going on right now in my life because it's a lot. I'm just ready to like get away and to spend time with like me and my boyfriend. I am sad like my family isn't going, and I'm saying this because if my mom watches this, she's gonna be like, "Oh, aren't you gonna miss me?" And like, yes, I will miss you. I will miss you very much. I'm just excited to kind of get away from everything. Sometimes you just gotta not be available. You gotta be like, nope, not today. A lot of people will take that the wrong way and be like, okay, well, I'll just cancel all my plans and I won't do anything for anybody anymore. That's not what I'm saying. Evaluate really if this is going to make you feel better or make you feel worse. Like, cause like sometimes you need to do that. You need to get your mind off of it, go have fun. But if it's going to be something that's a little much for you at the moment and that person doesn't necessarily, you know, really need you right now, then maybe just consider like, hey, I'm gonna take a night off and, you know, reschedule. That's what I always say. Don't cancel plans, reschedule plans. Okay, so anyways, Jaclyn Hill lipsticks. Let's talk about that real quick. Let's totally switch gears. So I have five Jaclyn Hill lipsticks. The only issue that I've noticed with them is that they slightly feel like the little, I slightly feel like the little like grittiness in some of them, not all of them, just a couple of them. It doesn't feel gritty on my lips. It's just like when I'm putting it on, they stay an incredibly long amount of time. They're probably my favorite like regular lipstick formula that I've ever used, and like I use a lot of lipsticks. And I love putting them on top of liquid lipsticks. I love wearing them by themselves, with lip liner, with no lip liner, like they're really good, and I'm really sad that this whole controversy has gone down with her. I love Jaclyn. She is, you know, been like my favorite YouTuber for a very long time, and she's been someone who I can always consistently go back to and, you know, feel really happy watching their videos. She really inspired me to do more with YouTube, and I just really hate seeing all this happen, and I don't know what happened behind the scenes and everything like that. There's a lot of information out there, and I think there's some misinformation, and no one really knows the whole truth. I don't think we'll ever know the whole truth because it's just how it is, but it's just really sad. It just kind of sucks because I've seen a couple of drama accounts kind of, you know, going after like her family and stuff like that, and, you know, pointing out stuff like, you know, her mom said this and this person said that, and it's like, yeah, of course, like, it's her mother, like, of course her mom's gonna be in support of her. Like, what do you want her mom to say? Like, Jaclyn was completely wrong and she's a terrible person and blah blah blah. Like, what do you want her to say? It's her mother. Like, there's people who have murdered people and their moms still support them. Like, I don't think anyone can understand the love between a mother and a child until you're actually a mother. Like, I know full well that I will not understand the bond between a mother and a child until I have one myself someday. It makes me really sad because Jaclyn deleted all of her, or like took down or whatever, all of her social medias for the time being, and that makes me really sad. I'm also really proud of her. I think that was a really smart move. It's just, people are like, she's running away from her problems, but I honestly don't think she's running away. People that you see on TV and people that you see on YouTube are real people, and everyone's kind of like, it's becoming a cliche almost at this point, but it's honestly so true. Like, you have to remember that what if you had like millions and millions of people calling you out and saying that you're a terrible person and you're this and you're that, and there was all this drama surrounding something that you worked so hard on. And people are even going so far as to say that like she uses her mental health as a cop-out and all this sorts of stuff. And I think that's really cruel to say. No one knows what's going on in anybody else's life. You don't. No matter how well you know them, you don't know their life until you've literally walked in their shoes or been in their place. And I think that's what people need to remember. There is a person behind this. Oh, I hate tightening my eyes. Hold on. I don't know. When I first got my lipsticks, I had a little bit of a cold and I was like, oh my God, I wonder if this is from the lipsticks. Maybe lipsticks are making me sick. So I just decided to keep using them. And guess what? The cold went away. It was all good. It was just allergy season. And I had allergies. And I think that people are really quick to assume. And you know what they say when you assume. Everyone knows how that saying goes. I just think people need to be professional about this, and it's sad. People are really quick to undermine somebody, and I have to stop. Like, I'm gonna unfollow drama channels because I love them and I think what they're doing is great. I definitely think YouTubers should be called out. It's the same thing as having like tabloids, right? You have to evaluate, like, is this making you happy or is this making you unhappy? Because sometimes I feel like, honestly, reading these drama accounts and everything like that just makes me feel so negative and so upset, and I'm like, why am I doing this? I don't even know these people. When she comes back, I can't wait to see what she's going to do. I will support her. That's my choice, and if people want to, you know, dog me for that, that's their choice, but I'm not going to dog you and like tell you you're wrong for not supporting her, so don't tell me that I'm wrong for supporting her. Does that make sense? And you know what? Screw it. I'm going to be using Jacqueline's lipsticks today. I'm going to be using 2 of them. I'm going to be using Sophia and Tipsy today because I like them a lot. And Sophia is super pretty. It's literally like the same color as my lips, but like better. It is literally like my perfect nude and I love it. The scent on these things are absolutely amazing. I love it so much. So this is Sophia just by itself. Super pretty. I'm just going to add a little bit of Tipsy on top of it. Tipsy's definitely more like a brownie nude. Super, super, super pretty. Just a little bit more brownie. That's really pretty. I love that color, and I actually really love this look. Alright, so we made it to the end. So, yeah, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Honestly, you guys, thank you so much for coming and listening to me and watching this video. It really means a lot. I love everybody who watches my videos, and I have noticed there's been kind of an influx of, like, new people subscribing recently. I know that my palette declutter video kind of got a lot of views. I think it's up to like 1,000 something at this point, and that's really awesome. I don't know why. I'm just very excited that it did. So anyone who's found me through that video or just through any other videos, or anyone who's a new subscriber, welcome. And thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. I'm really excited that you chose my channel to subscribe to because I'm very picky about what channels I subscribe to. And I know that a lot of people are like that as well. So it means a lot that you have chosen to take your time to come and see me. Hopefully this video wasn't too negative and it actually did have some positive notes to it. And it's kind of, you know, sharing valuable information. I have a lot of stuff that I want to talk about definitely in the future. And there's a couple videos I want to make talking about some stuff. So yeah, if you're interested in that, and beauty videos as well, please give it a comment down below, give it a thumbs up as well. It really helps and I appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful summer and a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye. It's delicious.